Alright, hey everyone, good morning. I'm just going to give you a little recap of all the NHL playoff series. Okay, so first off, we'll start with the Eastern Conference. We've got the number 1 Washington Capitals against the number 8 New York Rangers. So that series, Washington's up 3 games to 1. I mean, it's not a huge surprise. Sure, Lundqvist led the NHL with 11 shutouts in the regular season, but Washington's defense has just grown into its own. I mean, ranked fourth in the NHL during the regular season, so not a huge surprise. But yep, look for Washington to finish it off. I don't see New York coming back. Obviously, I did choose Washington in 7, but I mean, I thought they might pull out a couple more games. The Rangers. I mean, it was a pretty close series when they played in 08-09. But I guess Washington is just more disciplined with their defense now, so that makes them a better team. I mean, defense is huge in the playoffs. All right, next we've got the number 2 Philadelphia Flyers against the number 7 Buffalo Sabres. Great game last night. I hope everyone got to see. I mean, it was just crazy. Buffalo jumped out to a 3-0 lead, but then, of course, Philadelphia came back in the second period. I mean, it was a great game, I thought. And then Briere, of course, tied it up in that third period. He now has 90 points in times 91 playoff games, so that's pretty good. So, yep. Anyway, Buffalo leads that 3-2. I mean, that was a huge goal by Ennis. I mean, the Flyers just left him wide open. They totally forgot about him. I was looking at that play, and he just went in and scored. He scored his second goal of the game, probably the biggest goal of his career so far, if I would say so myself. I mean, he is a rookie, so it's not really debatable. Game-winning goal in overtime in the playoffs, I mean, that's pretty big. So, yeah, I mean, Buffalo with a huge win there, and I did choose Buffalo to beat them. I thought Philadelphia had much too many goaltending issues to get by Buffalo and their high-octane offense, going from Stafford and Vanek. Sure, they're missing Derek Roy and some other guys, but, I thought Buffalo, with their Vezina winner last year, Ryan Miller, would get by them. Anyway, we're going on to a huge rivalry, maybe one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports, and definitely I would say in hockey, going back all the way to 1924 with this rivalry. So it's number 3 Boston, the Northeast Division winners, against number 6 Montreal. So Boston tied that up. I mean, they tied it up. I'm just not surprised. I did choose Boston to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals, and I was scared when they went down 2-0. I thought, what's going on? Montreal's going to pull off another huge upset? Guess not. I guess Boston's coming back. The road team has won all 4 games, and now we're going back to Boston for Game 5 tonight. So tune into that at 7 p.m. I'm not sure what channel, but yeah, you can find out on NHL.com or wherever you want to look. Alright, so next we've got the number 4 Pittsburgh Penguins against the number 5 Tampa Bay Lightning. So Pittsburgh's pulled it out the past 2 games in Tampa. I mean, they've just ripped it out. 2 3-2 victories, 1 in regulation, 1 in second, 1 double overtime. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Rollis in Game 4 was just magnificent, making 50 saves. But I thought he did let in. The goals he let in were a bit controversial. So, I mean, he could have won them the game. I thought the goal he let in double overtime was completely bogus. He should have stopped that. But now Tampa's got to regroup. They've got to go back to Tampa. I mean, they've got to go back to Pittsburgh, and now they've got to try and get back in the series. They got to look for some way to find confidence. I also thought Marty St. Louis has been just magnificent. He was, I believe, second in the NHL in points during the regular season. He has just continued that excellence. I mean, he's just in tip-top shape. All right, we're moving on to the West. So we've got an interesting 1 versus 8 matchup. We've got the Vancouver Canucks and the Chicago Blackhawks. The Blackhawks, of course, knocking out the Canucks from the Stanley Cup playoffs the past 2 years. So this is a very heated rivalry. So Vancouver took the first 3 games. They were playing very well, and Chicago's come back. I mean, look at Duncan Keith. That guy is just an animal. I mean, he's got 6 points. He's a defenseman. He leads all defensemen with 6 points in 5 games. Ever since Torres got that hit on Seabrook, and Seabrook's been out, Keith has just turned into an animal. You don't want to get him angry. Yeah, don't mess with him. So yeah, now Chicago's outscored Vancouver 12-2 in the past 2 games. Luongo's led in 10 goals and 40 shots in the past 2 games. 75 save percentage. That's just horrible. But I don't blame most of it on him. I think it's just the defense and his teammates. You look at the way they're playing, and it translates onto him. And yeah, so we'll see what happens in Game 6. That's on Sunday night, so don't have to worry about that tonight. Okay, so now moving on, we have got the number 2 San Jose Sharks against the number 7 LA Kings, an all-California matchup. Gotta love it. So yeah, San Jose looked to be slipping away in the series. I mean, over Games 2 and 3, they were outscored by LA scored 8 straight goals in them. They won Game 2 4-0, and then they jumped out to a Game 3 lead 4-0. But then a huge collapse. I never saw it coming. John Quick in net. That guy is just crazy, and he stopped 76 of 79 shots in the first 2 games. He just had a meltdown in Game 3. So he let in 5 goals in the second period alone. And San Jose got back in the game. You went to overtime, tied at 5, where Devin Setaguchi, of course, ended it. So that was obviously devastating for the Kings, and their fans were just awestruck. Alright, so we're moving on. Number 3, Detroit and Phoenix. If you're tuned into hockey, you know that series is over. Bruce Gallo wasn't good enough. Just overall, the team couldn't stop Detroit's offense. They scored 4 or more goals in every game. So, yeah, that wasn't good enough. And yeah, I chose Detroit in 7 in that series. So, I mean, I thought Bruce Gallo would steal a few games, but no, I mean, he was not that good. I mean, you look at the goal he let in Game 4 to Cleary. It was 3-3. Cleary took a shot from the corner. I mean, horrible angle. Bruce Gallo lets it in. Could never count a shooter out, no matter what the angle. And Cleary made him pay. He found a hole. That was the series. Phoenix fans were stunned. But at the end, I thought it was quite inspirational that they were clapping for their team, because they should. I mean, Phoenix might be moving to Winnipeg. It's very likely they will, which I'm personally hoping for, since I am, after all, Canadian. So, I mean, it was just beautiful. I thought Phoenix deserved to win 1 game. I thought they were a good team. They didn't get 99 points in the regular season just to come to the playoffs and get torn apart. And they didn't get torn apart, but they got swept. So, I mean, it was bad. Anyway, moving on, we've got the number 4 Anaheim Ducks and the number 5 Nashville Predators. And they are Predators. I mean, they've outplayed the Ducks in the series. They've taken a 3-2 series lead. Jared Smithson scoring the game-winning goal in overtime last night. So, I mean, it's another player. I mean, similar to Tyler Ennis. Jared Smithson stepping it up for Nashville. And, of course, Rene has been okay. But I chose Anaheim to win this series. I thought Anaheim, with their big 50-goal scorer, Corey Perry being the only one in the NHL to score 50 goals, I just thought, I thought they would jump out. But then again, I did know Anaheim had some goaltending issues. But Ray Emery hasn't been too bad. I mean, I thought Dan Ellis would play most of it for Anaheim. But yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens in Game 6 in Nashville. Alright, thanks everyone. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all later.